Good morning, traders. It is Wednesday, October 30th, as I like to call it, Fed Day. The FOMC statement's going to be coming out today at 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Everyone's expecting the Fed to lower rates by a quarter of a point, so that is baked into the market. Many people feel that there could be some letdown after the statement because economic conditions in the U.S. are fairly stable. Today we got the advanced Q3 GDP reading. It came in at 1.9%. That was better than the 1.6% that was expected. So we almost have 2% growth. Not bad. Also, ADP came in and showed that 125,000 new jobs were created in the private sector during the month of October. That also was better than the 100,000 that was expected. So the Fed has some breathing room right now. If you take a look at the U.S.-China trade negotiations, those are headed in the right direction. At least a truce should be called in the next few weeks. That takes a lot of uncertainty out of the market. We also have some positive developments on Brexit. Looks like Boris Johnson's going to get his general election on December 12th. He's going to try and push through the Brexit agreement that they passed 2 weeks ago. So that also is removing uncertainty from the market. I think the market has a clean path higher. Here are the issues. We could get a little bit of a letdown after the FOMC statement today. Fed might be a little bit more hawkish than the market would like. It's addicted to easy money. It's going to be looking for the next rate cut. Also, we have Facebook and Apple announcing after the close today. We had negative reactions to Amazon, Netflix, and Google. So these are the last two of the mega cap tech stocks to report. Typically, sellers are very passive into these mega cap tech stock earnings. So again, we could see a little bit of sell the news weakness. We want a market drop because if we rally on the FOMC statement, we are going to die a slow death and float higher on extremely light volume. Let's take a look at the D1 chart on SPY. Look at this volume. It's minuscule for the last 3 weeks. Folks, this is typically a very, very busy time of the year, and the volume is usually off the charts. It's a great time of year. Not right now. So as long as the market holds this breakout right here and we get, the Fed eased, that's okay. Earnings, they're okay. Stocks are at the upper end of their valuation range. The market's not going to be able to advance much higher in that scenario. We need that pullback, and this light volume rally right here tells me that we could be a little bit vulnerable. So we've got a upward trending line right here. I'm just going to connect the dots so you can see it. We'll click there. We'll click here. There's your line. If that's breached, we've got a chance to come down and test the 100-day moving average. On any pullback, I am looking to reload on our bullish put spreads. Right now, all of our bullish put spreads are trading for pennies because we've gotten this move in the last 2 weeks since we've been selling them. So reel them in. Get ready to reload. You don't want to be trying to buy all these spreads back in after the FOMC statement. You want to be focused on letting the market come in, finding your new opportunities, setting some targets to set these bullish put spreads, trying to get filled on your new trades. You should be going out to the November expiration. In some cases, depending on how big the pullback is, I might even start looking to December because I feel this might be the last chance for us to really get some good premiums in and to get in at attractive levels into year end. Uncertainty has been removed to a large degree. I feel that once support is established, and I'm not looking for a big long pullback here, once it's established, we should gradually grind higher into year end. This light volume has me a little bit concerned. So let's take a look at what we've got in the market. Before I do that, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm posting these videos every morning, an hour after the opening bell. I'm going to have actionable ideas for you each and every day. If you've been watching over the last few weeks, you know that these picks are really good. That's because we use a systematic approach. First, we get the market right. Then we use Option Stalker to find these stocks. You can get Option Stalker at www.oneoption.com. Please give it a thumbs up if you like the content. I will be posting intraday. Once I post the video, I'll have some comments, and if I'm in a trade, please watch for that. Please leave your comments. I'll try to reply when possible. So again, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and let's find some trades. So I went through my early searches and let's go into take a look at the S&P 500. getting a fair number of questions on the S&P 500 right now because I've got my 1OP indicator. And let's take a look at what it's done. Here you can see the market rallied yesterday. What did the indicator do? It was saying, yes, we want to get long in here, which is right about here. Very nice. Look at this spike right here. We love those big spikes and those crossovers. When is that? Right up in here. Okay, so we get a nice cross. We get a nice dip in the market. Get a nice cross right here. Right there. Yes, we get a little bit of a lift off, and then we get a cross and a longer term drop. So this cross is not coming here or here. It's coming right here off the top. This is the only indicator you need to trade the S&P 500. Took me years to develop. If you like to trade the E-minis intraday, you should take the trial for Option Stalker, and you should by all means be using this indicator. So right now we're seeing a big drop in this indicator, and we've got this big bar here that just came out right on the hour. So I'm not sure if there was a tweet, but you can see the big drop and the big snapback. And so this is a bullish hammer, and we're seeing the market recover a little bit off of this deep trough. I will wait for that cross. So we may be testing it the downside again a little bit here, but I would be watching for that. The market's going to be dead today. There's nothing going to happen before the FOMC statement, so this is just noise as far as I'm concerned. Some position squaring, but not a lot of big news coming out. So we got to make our money early. Let's see what we can find. Going to go right into the bullish side, and I'm going to look at after earnings. I want to see what's moving, and I'm going to go into a daily chart. And there you can see that PCG, a lot of news with California wildfires. You can see how that bottomed, and now it's starting to grind higher. And we'll take a look and see. Excuse me, I didn't click on earnings. I clicked on heavy buying, but that's okay. We'll continue to go through this. Stock is trying to grind higher, so very, very newsy. Don't really see anything in these two, so I'm going to go right to after earnings. GE, I took a position in this morning. I like GE a lot. I got long right on the open in the chat room. Took some profits on it already. So I'm in and out of that trade, but I do like it to grind higher today above the major moving averages. A gap through this horizontal resistance level. Yes, I like it. And I particularly like stocks that put these long green candles together. Ideally, they don't have tails. They stack one on top of the other. If I see a couple of those back to back like these first two, I'm interested, although that one did have a tail. So GE looks good, though. I like that breakout. So that's one that I definitely would be trading from the long side. Heavy buying we looked at. Let's take a look at relative strength. BYND has been really weak. This is pretty nice. It's trying to get into this gap right here. You can see a couple of nice candles. Let's put up our one option relative strength indicator, 1 OSI. If the orange line is above 0, it tells us that the stock is strong relative to the market. And here you can see it continuing to move higher. I dropped an alert line because I wanted to see if those early gains would reverse or not. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click here on that high from yesterday. I want to know if the stock can get through that high from yesterday. If it can, then I'm in, and it will start to fill in this gap. Very, very nasty selling, a lot of weakness. So we're going to continue to take a look at these stocks, go down the list, see if there's anything I like. I'm looking for anything that I haven't already got on my list. I like OKTA right above this 200-day moving average right here. That stock looks pretty good. Starting to pick up on relative strength. I like it popping up. You got a double bottom, higher low. So I think this stock has a chance to continue to rally. We'll take a look at the 5-minute chart. It needs to get through that previous high. So yeah, I would keep an eye on it. Keep taking a look here. I don't see anything new that's come on the list. I'm going to go to Pop Bull. I'm going to scan through this very quickly. Mattel. Crocs came out with earnings. It's backing off. HLF I kind of like. I got long HLF this morning, and that stock is starting to move higher. So take a look at that daily chart. I like it breaking through this horizontal resistance right here. So HLF makes the list. Again, this is on the Pop Bull search. Just looking down, I went into strong after earnings, and here I'm going to filter out for stocks that are on a D1 buy signal on a daily basis. TAL is on there again. Tends to be a pretty choppy stock. Lots of tails here, so I'm not interested in this until it pulls back. I don't want to buy into that, at least not yet. So I didn't see anything there. I'm going to cast a wider net here, and I'm removing some of these buy signals here. Now I'm just going to go through and take a look at what's moving. CCI, see which stocks are up this morning. NEE, try and catch some strength. EDU, just going to go through, and that's all I'm doing is just looking for what's got decent momentum to it. I need the stock to do it on its own today. I don't have any help from the market. I'm going to take a look at this on a longer term basis. Too choppy. AZN does look good though. Love that gap higher. Consolidates for a couple of days. Boom. Higher again. So not crazy about the price action, so I'm not going to bite on that one. So not seeing a whole lot that I like here, but I did have a couple of other stocks that I found, so I'm going to show you. I do like SPOT, S-P-O-T. Love it through these major moving averages right here. Big gap up on heavy volume, good relative strength. SPOT is one of my favorite plays today. RCL, take a look at that. It needs to get through the 100-day moving average before I like it. PFE, that also needs to get through the 100-day moving average, but if it can, you've got a bit of a cup and handle here. You've got a breakout through horizontal resistance. We want to see it continue to build here above the 100-day moving average. I do like it. Roku, I checked earlier today. That was looking pretty good. You can see it continuing to grind higher. Let's take a look at that 5-minute chart. You can see how it's starting to move higher. We've got good relative strength, so I like that as well. HLF, I showed you that earlier. I like that, and I like OKTA. There goes HLF. Sweet. All right, good. So that's the bullish side that we've got covered. GE, SPOT, RCL, PFE, Roku, HLF, OKTA. Now let's take a look at the bearish side. FDX, I think, is a good short. I think it's also a good bearish call spread. Sell your call spread above this 100-day moving average. You can see how the stock's backing off of it. Weak relative to the market today. We'll go back into that 5-minute chart. You can see how it's been selling off. I am short FDX. Yum got really hit hard early this morning. You can see earnings before the open, down big. I'm also short that. And you can see how it fell right through that 200-day moving average. Early in the day, selling a bearish call spread at that 200-day moving average when there was still some decent premiums would have been great, but the stock fell. You would have had to have an order out there right on the open and get it done in the first 5 or 10 minutes and take what you can get. Would have been nice. That's likely to stay as resistance for quite a while. So on any bounce, I would see if you can get any premium for that. You might have to use the opening price today as your resistance level to sell those bearish call spreads. So going to go through a couple of others that I think set up well for short side. We've got SPWR. You can see how it's right on that 200-day moving average. Whippy, volatile stock, but it does have pretty good downward momentum. FSLR and other solar stocks were also weak today. So you can see those are falling. So FSLR may be a good one instead of SPWR. Watch both of them. QSR announced earnings 2 days ago. You can see the weakness in the follow through once it got through that 200-day moving average. You can also see a lot of relative weakness there. So that's a nice short. I'm going to put up my custom search engine. Post earnings today. Stock below prior day low. Here you can see all the candidates that might be good for taking a short position. I'm going to click on a couple of them. I do also have that search, but it's a little bit more stringent in the canned results. After earnings, bullish, and after earnings, bearish. A little bit tighter requirements. I'm looking for better option liquidity in these searches, but you can see here that if I loosen that option liquidity up, here we've got a -1 for option liquidity, that we actually get a lot more candidates. So if you like to trade stock, you can find a lot more stocks that really conform nicely. And I trade a lot of stocks, so this might set up for a nice short here. I'm looking for anything right now that looks really good. Things are going to quiet down here because we've got a lot of position squaring going on before the FOMC. Yum. I would short Yum right here. I like that. I like that pullback. Oh, excuse me. I had some, looks like a glitch there. Bad data, but it is right on its low of the day. So that's how we can find those stocks. I'm also going to go in and I'm going to click on stock greater than prior day high and released earnings. These might also present an opportunity. I'm going to go into ZEN. I was looking at that earlier today and to see if that might have any possibility. It's trying to find support here. So what do? Well, I don't like that it's backed off so far, quite honestly. I'm going to drop an alert line here. If it gets through that alert line, I'll take another look at it. Here's what I like on a daily basis. I like the fact that it's been able to get through this downward sloping trend line. I like the fact that there's heavy volume right on this low right here. Had earnings after the close. It's got plenty of room to get to the 200-day moving averages, so I will be watching this one as well. So ZEN could set up as a nice long as well. So on my short side, I've got FedEx, FDX, I've got Yum, I've got QSR. I think you can look at some of the solar stocks as well. That's it for today. Keep it light. FOMC statement comes out at 2 o'clock Eastern time today. Quarter point is baked in. Watch for a possible letdown, possible sell the news event. We could see a pullback in the market. I personally feel that the only way that we breathe life back into this market is to get a pullback on this FOMC statement. Otherwise, if we float higher and we make a new relative high, we're going to have to deal with this very, very light volume and the market will just float a little bit higher at a time because earnings season, it has climaxed. Mega cap tech stocks have reported. So I'm looking for a very gradual float higher if we don't get this negative reaction. We'd love to see a nice big sell-off and a drop below this uptrend line, get down to that 100-day moving average. This is where I would sell some bullish put spreads, and anything below that to me is gravy. I'd be looking to add to bullish put spreads. I think that we're going to have nice stability into year end, a lot of uncertainty taken out of the picture. I just am looking for a good entry point for those trades. Thank you. Please give the video a heads up if you, or a thumbs up if you like it. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will see you tomorrow.